I think the good thing about the scheme was that it gave this process that continued through the year with an end product. The really hard thing was once they'd done SATs and they knew which schools they were going to, there's an element in year 6 of, that's it, we're finished, we don't have to worry. And in some schools, year 6 children can become quite difficult to manage. So we needed to give them something to latch onto. What it really did for me was it gave them something that they focused on for that second half of the term that culminated in sharing not just with their classmates, with the whole school, with their relatives, with their parents, with friends, everything. And it just pulled them together, I think, in a hugely, well, I don't know, it was a very sort of cliquey way almost, but at the same time, they just seemed so excited. It made them young again. Does that make sense? It stopped them trying to be cocky, but now we're here. We're making something together, and gosh, isn't it wonderful? The excitement just built and built. You could feel it through the school. Every time you came into the classroom, there was another part of a model, and it was thrust under your nose. And this is year 6, like sort of infant saying, "Look what I've made. Look what I've done. Come and see." And it was that whole buzz that was going on as the year progressed, which was just, well, it stunned me. I didn't expect that to happen at all. I thought they would just go on, produce something, walk away, and that was an end, but it wasn't like that. They were just enthralled. For me, the biggest thing that I noticed when I went around the classes watching what was going on, was when you saw the children who often weren't good at things or thought they weren't good at things in class, suddenly realising that actually they were brilliant at cutting wood, and other people were coming to them and saying, "Can you cut my piece because I can't cut it straight," who are normally perceived to be the children who are best in the class. And that whole process of children starting to feel good about themselves became very evident as the year went on. And all of a sudden, children who appeared to think themselves not as good as everybody else because they weren't so good able mathematically or creatively, suddenly were saying, "Well, I know how to do that. I can drill this. I can put that together. I can put that screw in here. Oh, don't worry." And by doing that with each other, or even understanding how the bits of string went together, which were quite complicated at one point, and it was just amazing to watch how those children were the go-to children suddenly, and becoming important within the class as, "Oh, go and ask X because he knows how to do that really well." And nobody had ever gone to ask him in the past, or her in the past, how to do something. And suddenly they had something of value to offer. And that was good for their own self-esteem, which to me is so important in primary schools. I particularly remember us taking the puppet theatre to the Maltings and heaving trolley loads of equipment backwards and forwards and thinking, why on earth did we agree to do this part of it? But it was stunning, and the children were just so involved in that one. And afterwards, the buzz from the children when they did it in school, just for days afterwards, it was still there. That was a grown-up thing to do, and really, I think, great for the school as well, because it sent this message out that this is the sort of thing this school does, and certainly contributed, I think, to that whole school ethos that was developing of everybody's important, everybody's special, and everybody's different, but together we make a fantastic team.